The deaths of two experienced Florida divers is prompting new calls to close a well-known cave diving site. The underwater cave system known as Eagle's Nest has been called the Mount Everest of the sport. It draws divers from around the world. Eagle's Nest is in a remote wilderness area about an hour north of Tampa. Manuel Bojorquez spoke with the father of one of the men killed in the weekend tragedy. He's outside the cave complex. Manuel, good morning.
Good morning. The cave system that lies beneath this water here goes down hundreds of feet. It is considered a very advanced dive, meaning only those with the proper certification and training should attempt it. Even then, it is still dangerous. The two men who died here were both skilled divers. From the surface, Eagle's Nest appears serene, but looks can be deceiving. Divers have lost their lives exploring the rocky maze of dark crevices and tunnels underwater. This grim sign at the mouth of the cave warns divers to turn back.
I guarantee you there was nothing left for them to do at the end.
Ron Rittenmeyer said his son Chris had the proper training and was always careful.
My son typically dove what he thought was his limit. I believe that in his heart he did this dive fully expecting that he would be back.
Chris Rittenmeyer and his friend Patrick Peacock failed to return from their dive Saturday afternoon. The sheriff said their bodies were recovered near each other Sunday, 260 feet down.
He would never leave him. The other guy would never leave Chris. I'm proud of him for that, and I'm also saddened by that.
You think that if maybe one was in trouble, the other wouldn't leave the other one behind?
Never. That's not the way they're trained, and that's not their character.
The underwater cave system at Eagle's Nest is composed of 3 different tunnels. Parts of it are more than 300 feet below the surface. Rittenmeyer and Peacock were both experienced divers. They had been in the depths of Eagle's Nest before, as recently as Friday, part of a weekend-long plan to explore the cave.
It wasn't like there were a couple of yahoos that just went in there on, with no training or anything else. Done properly, it's a very safe endeavor, but so is skydiving.
From 2010 to 2013, there were 12 cave diving deaths in the U.S. 2 of those were at Eagle's Nest, where 10 people have died since 1981. The cave was closed off in 1999. Divers lobbied successfully to reopen it in 2003. Ron Rittenmeyer, who is also a diver, wants it to remain that way.
There's always something that can go wrong. There just is.
How are you and your family coping right now?
I don't know if we are. You should precede your children in death. That is the natural order. So to have a 38-year-old son be gone, can't even describe it.
The Divers Alert Network says the majority of cave diving deaths in the U.S. involve trained divers. It's still unclear exactly what led to the deaths of the men here this weekend, but the Professional Association of Diving Instructors tells CBS this morning the central message remains you must be trained as a diver in order to go into these types of underwater caves. Nora?
Really good point, Manuel. Thank you so much.